Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Thank you again for joining me this evening. I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about something I touched on the other day as far as acceptance and allowing goes, because I've had people ask me and talk at different times in meditation classes and things. And sometimes there's this misperception that acceptance and allowance, or allowing things to be as they are, a lot of times people mistake that for passivity, or say that it's a reason to not act and it's just a reason to, oh, it's just that way and there's nothing I could do about it, blah, blah, blah. So I want to talk, and the thing about acceptance and the thing about accepting things as they are, the way they are, is in meditation, that happens in the moment and what is happening now. It doesn't necessarily mean, if you don't like the way the world is, well, then you can't do anything. No. If you don't like the way that's going, go and change it. When we talk about acceptance in terms of meditation, we're talking about what is happening right here and right now. So when we talk about, a lot of times people are meditating and they'll feel like, my arm is itching, or I keep having these thoughts that I don't like and I want to get rid of those and things like that. That is what in traditional meditation circles we call aversion, trying to push things away. Which in meditation, what we're trying to do, and the word vipassana, which is a style of meditation, which is now called mindfulness meditation, but in vipassana means clear seeing, or seeing things the way they are. So, and I guess it should be stated that doesn't mean we have to like it. It just means that we see it the way it is, which then makes us more likely to act consciously if we want to change it or want something else. So with meditation, the practice is seeing things for what they are, recognize it for what they are, and letting it be that. Because if we're not seeing things as they really are, how are we going to respond accordingly? I don't want to get too far out there in terms of how this, how sometimes we tend to believe the stories we tell ourselves, which takes us further away from quote-unquote reality. But meditation allows us to see it as it is and to cut through a lot of the stories we tell ourselves, which is why I think it's a powerful practice, especially, keep sliding off my mat here, but especially a powerful practice to do in times like this. I was often reminded, in one of my friends one of my friends was asking me, they're like, I watched several of your videos and you've worn a Wilco t-shirt every single time, except once, or twice actually, but yes, besides being my favorite band, they also have a lot of lyrics that I think address the situation that's happening now and address reality better than a lot of other people. But one I was thinking about, especially in terms of difficult situations, or how sometimes when we're facing something we don't like, we might want to, tell ourselves a story that it's not happening that way, or try to take the edge off it somehow, or whatever we want to do. But anyway, the lyric I was thinking of is from a song called Side with the Seeds. And the lyric is, embracing the situation is our only chance to be free. So, yeah, experience it. Experience it to be the way it is. And only by seeing it for what it is will we then be able to change it, or to act consciously in a way to change it. So again, tonight's practice, we're going to be, it's a embrace the situation practice. So as things come up, whether they be pleasant, whether they be unpleasant, whether there be something that you like or something that you don't like, experience it and allow it to be whatever it is. And it's just for right now. It's not going to be that way forever. It's not, as we watch and allow whatever sensations and whatever thoughts and whatever things we have to come up, watch them, see how they do change over time. So, yeah, watch that. Again, through experiences, we tend to notice that, I've talked about it before, surfing your thoughts or surfing emotions or surfing, because everything sort of comes in a wave. It starts off small, it peaks, it falls away. I'm sure if you've been paying attention to the news, you've seen all about flattening the curves, but again, it's the same kind of wave. We want to ride it out. We want to, any sensation, any thought, anything is a wave. It starts small, it moves up, it peaks, and it falls away. So, as we're meditating this evening, let's sort of surf those waves, or sort of allow things to come up, notice them, watch them peak, and watch them fall away. So come up into a comfortable seated position, sitting with a nice, long, neutral spine. Again, have your hands relaxed. Hands could be resting on your knees or folded in the lap. Have your chin slightly tucked. Gently bring the awareness to the breath. Again, just allow your body to breathe the way it naturally breathes. Not trying to change anything, not trying to breathe in any particular way. Just watch. As you breathe in, know that you are breathing in. And as you breathe out, know that you are breathing out. When any thoughts come up, allow them to come up. Note them briefly and without judgment, And with an exhalation, simply let them go, returning the full awareness to the breath. Anytime you notice that a thought has come up or something has distracted you from the object of meditation, acknowledge that. Acknowledge that, oh, my mind has wandered. And again, maybe notice the thought and gently let it go, bringing the awareness back to the breath. The meditation teacher, Sharon Salzberg, who I've talked about a couple of times, she's a wonderful teacher, wonderful metta teacher. She also describes meditation as the practice of starting over. And that might happen a couple hundred times or 1,000 times during a meditation session. You might notice my mind is everywhere else but right here, right now. And that's fine. That's the way our minds work. It's just that the practice is noticing when it's wandered off, acknowledge that, and then bring it back to the object of meditation, in this case, the breath. And if you have to do that a couple hundred times, fine. That's the practice. You might notice, and the nice part about practice is each time it wanders off, it becomes a little easier to catch it the next time and bring it back. slowly bring yourself back to a more everyday state of consciousness. Bring your hands into prayer position in front of your heart. And take a moment or two here to quietly thank yourself for coming to practice this evening. Thank you all for being here. Happy Passover to all who celebrate. Happy Easter coming up this weekend. I am going to take the next 2 days off. I will be back on Sunday evening at 8:30 for our weekly metta or loving kindness meditation. I hope to see you all there. In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay home. Shanti.